there are many myths connected to the obesity disease, and I would like to concentrate on the word disease because it's not people who just could not stop eating. It's a disease. If you don't have it, you're lucky. It's just that type 2 diabetes. If you don't have it, you're lucky. Some other patients will have it. So the obesity disease is multifactorial, as we know. It's a genetic disease. Everybody can have it in a certain time if they don't watch what they eat, if they don't watch what they exercise, when they sleep, how much they drink water. It's not only the exercise. As we know, it's 80% the food and 20% the exercise. Many people doesn't know the importance of drinking enough water. As we know, if we don't drink enough water, we'll feel thirsty and the basal metabolic rate will go down, and we'll go to the tea and coffee and juices which has calories. Many people does not know the importance of sleeping. Sleeping for 8 hours a day is very important. Many people doesn't know about the role of stress. And we're not talking about stress that you are upset, you're fighting with your wife or with your manager. No, we are talking about the modern lifestyle, which is always, I go back again to the modern lifestyle. Always on the phone, always waiting for an email, always there is a WhatsApp message, there is something there. That's chronic stress that will lead to people always in chasing the time, chasing another project, fear of being neglected, fear of missing something happening. All these are very important factors in developing obesity. But again, we go back, it's a disease, and if you don't have it, you're lucky. You watch what you are doing. It's a part of the Western lifestyle that invaded all around the world, and just part of that Western lifestyle that came here. And it's a problem everywhere. It's a problem. If you look at the world map of obesity, you see that most of the countries in the world now, except the Far East, running at obesity more than 35%. And as part of globalization, if you want to call it, part of the modern lifestyle, and we can blame it to the weather, we can say it's the lifestyle, we can say it's the fast food, but it is all together. It's part of the modern lifestyle that invaded the UAE in the last 20 years. It's over the last 20 years, everything is doubling with the numbers. We're not going by 1-2%, we're going by good percentages of obesity, and the Gulf is one of the hottest areas of obesity. And if you look at the map, they are really, really red, with all the countries are more than 35% of the populations either overweight or obese. We used to say that obesity, we have to prevent it in children. Nowadays we say that if we want to prevent obesity, we have to treat the mother before conception, before they get pregnant, because an obese mother will give birth to an obese child, or at least a child will have obesity and 80% chances of obesity, more than others. We are genetically all susceptible to obesity if we don't take care. Well, there are many factors. If we just talk to the people, they will blame the weather again. They say hot weather here, so we cannot exercise, which is one of the factors. But if you look at any part of the world, there is at least 4 or 5 months which you cannot exercise, either because of extreme heat or extreme cold. So we cannot blame that. But this is one of the contributing factors. With more advances everywhere in the country, fast food is everywhere, which we know that if you eat outside the house, it's outside home, in most of the instances that you are eating more than what you need and you're eating more calories. So all these factors all together, with the modern lifestyle, with less sleep, with more entertainment, all together these contributed specifically to this area. And I think if we want to deal with obesity, there is only one way to do that. And that way start with ground zero, and the ground zero is the mother. So as we said that we have to deal with the obesity in the mother before she gets pregnant, but connecting with others, knowing the stories of others, knowing how the people, and we do that in our support group, when we have the support group, when women talk to each other and men talk to each other about their problems. Because we have a saying in Arabic, no matter what you do or no matter what you hear, ask the one who was there, don't ask the physician. Because I cannot tell the patient what are the feelings of being an obese. I've never been an overweight in my life. But an obese woman can tell an obese woman what does she feel, or how did she feel, what were her problems. And the same, they can share their stories about their children. So my child was 2 kilograms overweight, and when he grew up, now he is obese. So that woman will consider that information, especially with the globalization and the social media. Using that was very good. In one of our support group, after we finished the support group, the women decided to make a WhatsApp group between themselves. We did not tell them, and they started communicating with each other. We were very happy, because this way that they will communicate more and they will stay in touch and they will share their experiences. There is a little bit more resistant with men, and some of them they come after. Some of them we make the support group for people who had the surgery or people who suffer with weight in their life, to share their experiences. And usually what we found that there is a little bit more resistance with men. Usually the women are much more well attended and they are more willing to openly talk about their experiences. But usually that only at the beginning when they come, the men. But after you break the ice and talk to them about the problem, and they feel that everybody in the room, they have the same problem, and we're not here to just say that is an obese man or this is a... They understand that, and usually at the end they just mix with the group and they feel good about it. As you know, UAE is going, everything is on the way of improvement. Everything is built, that the country is becoming one of the best countries in the world. And the government is helping with that. They understand the problem with obesity. They understand that we have a problem just like any other part. We are not different. We have a problem with that. We have a problem with children, maybe a little bit more than other parts of the world. But as obesity in adults, we have the problem. Because as we know, there is only one treatment for obesity, which is prevention. When we talk about any other treatment, is tertiary treatment. Because once obesity is there, it's a disease, and it's a chronic disease, and it will be relapse. So there's only one way, is to prevent it. The government is aware about the problem. The government is working on the problem. But as you know, it's a huge fight to fight obesity. It's a huge battle.